Hello everyone, welcome back to another tutorial video. Today I'm going to be focusing on probably my favorite of the mods that I've downloaded for my historical gameplay, and that is plants. And of course, that includes plants that you can add to your fridge, that you can use in recipes. And I know that recipes are currently sort of like in progress with the Plum Bob Keep. So we will have to wait a little bit for some of the ways we can utilize these plants, but trust me, they're good enough as it is. So if you go to the Plum Bob Keep, otherwise known as medievalsims.com, and then the Joiners Studio, you will find the Sun and Moon Star Factory. Now this is the best place on the internet, and I'm not exaggerating. All this really is a Plum Bob Keep Stan account. So we're going to go to one of my favorites, probably one of the first ones that I ever downloaded from the Plum Bob Keep, and that is to boldly grow the garden crop collection. And this is incredible. There are so many plants. I cannot wait to show you. It includes 40 unique plants in both seasons and non-seasons versions. And that's right, that's actually 80 plants. Can you believe it? This is just so incredible. Sorry, my cat is doing things. So, you will have autonomous options as well as non-autonomous options. So you can water, tend, and inspect the plants, and children can actually also do this as well. But you can also harvest, which is really cool. And you can harvest like seedlings, or you can actually harvest like produce. And thankfully, all of these plants have like seasonal stages as well. So you can see here spring, summer, and fall and winter. So your seasonal plants will go dormant. And we've got some really great options here. We've got artichokes, asparagus, beans, beets, bell peppers, broccoli, cabbage, etc., etc. We've also got these beautiful vining cantaloupes and melons and the carrots. Oh my goodness. It's just all so beautiful. I'll scroll kind of quickly here to sort of show you everything that they have. It goes on and on and on. And so there are also some of these little baskets that you can place them in to sell, which are really cute. I have those. And it also has some bonus items. So I have these as well. They're crop signs that you can sort of use. I don't use these on all my lots, but I do use them on the ones where I'm kind of just having like residential gardens, just to kind of keep track of what we're growing in, because I think they're cute, you know? And here are, of course, the produce baskets and some market shelves. I've got these as well, and these are perfect for your little produce stands, for your little grocery stores, and it just keeps going. You can have scarecrows. I mean, there's so much love that goes into these packs. It's beautiful. Oh my goodness, like this is better than anything EA has ever released in my opinion, because look at how much there is. There's garden pots too. It just keeps going, and I'm gonna calm down now. Next up for your farming sims, the original grain farming pack, we've got great grains, and this includes industrial plants like grains, rice, and flour. So you actually get these patches. In order to get the patches of dirt to grow anything, you need to use some fertilizer, and this is really, really cool. I love the reality of this. You can also see I think this kind of little like water bath thing for rice maybe, and these actually have a bunch of different stages. So we've got the young grains here. Your sims can walk through them, and it looks really, really cool. And of course mature, and then it's ready to harvest when it's this nice yellow color. And if you place some, like, I think they're scythes in your Sims inventories, they will automatically harvest as well. But you of course don't need to do that. Here they are once you've kind of harvested them, and you want to let these dry out of your inventory. Just kind of leave them there for 48 hours. And so if you put the grain stack in their inventory, the time resets and the grains will have to dry again. So make sure that you don't put them in your inventory until they're completely dry, when they look like this. And of course they can be put into like grain stacks. We've got rice stacks here. You can make it into straw bedding. Here are the examples of the auto tools. These are so cool to put in your inventories. And we've got another beautiful treat here, and that is some conversions from Skyrim. So we've got some mills to help with the grain processing. I really, really love these simple windmills right here. Of course, we've got the, beautiful, elaborate Skyrim ones as well. There are also water wheels, which I think look so cool. And of course, you can have both bulk and small flour sacks. As of right now, there's nothing you can really do with the flour unless you just put it directly into the fridge. But fingers crossed that that will change soon and that we will have some really, really cool new items to play with. And I mean, I say this because I trust in the glory of the Plumbob Keep and their ability to continue to develop on these packs. They oftentimes release updates, and most of their packs are sort of involved with each other, so you'll need items from one pack to use in a recipe for an item from another pack. So I am pretty excited to play with it. I have one family in my game who really is in charge of the grain growing so far, but of course we only have about 30 families in my town, so it's still pretty small. We don't need more than one like grain farmer. And then this one I place on probably every single lot that I have. So these are wild berry bushes. From each berry bush, you can collect a basket of berries, berry leaves, and berries as a snack, as well as a like berry bush sapling or seedling or something. And so you can harvest an identical bush to either grow or sell. I haven't actually sold any bushes, but I'd love to do that because, as you know, I like to have my towns very self-sufficient. And so I think having to buy their bushes from like a nursery would be really, really cool. And of course, there in true fashion, there are also like two special bushes, and that's a mysterious berry bush and a whimsical berry bush. They're only an edible berry snack that can be harvested from them, and eating these unusual berries offer a chance of food poisoning that will not be revealed until after the sim completes their snack, which I think is really, really cool. Because as you know, I love as many ways to kill my sims and make them ill as possible because I'm a historical player and this is what we do. So they come in 3 bush size, which is really, really cool. And you can see them in the spring, in the summer, and my favorite in the autumn. And what's really neat is that in the summer, you have these little teeny tiny butterflies that flutter around, and like it's such a nice little addition. I'm kind of obsessed with it. And of course, we've also got the berry bushes in winter. So we have blackberries, blackcurrants, blueberries, cloudberries, elderberry, goji berry, gooseberry, lingonberry, raspberry, etc. Rose hips. I think that's really cool. So of course here you can see them like as a snack and stuff, and here they are like when you harvest them. So harvest, snack. Both are really, really cool. Your Sims can eat them. You can put them in the fridge as food points. But what they've recently released that I think is so cool is preservation practices. Okay, to be fair, this isn't actually that recent. I mean, it's November of 2020, and like this past year feels like it has just been infinite. So I feel like it's recent. I don't know. So preservation practices is really cool because you get these prep boards where you process berries and fruits, and then you can add them to like a canning pot, and actually like turn them into like jams and preserves, which I think is really cool. Of course, you can also, I think, pickle items and store meat and fish and salt. So you can do a lot of things with them. You can see the prep board right here. She's prepping some food to be pressure boiled. And here we've got the jars of preserves, the prepared mash. So when using the prep board, you'll get these prepared mash here. This is prepared fruits or vegetables. And then you use and then you use these canning pots up here. And to place those, it also comes with this really cool OMSP for stovetops. So you just place the items on the stovetop, and then you move the stovetop using move objects onto the same tile as one of your actual stoves, and then you just make that invisible, and your stove is still usable, which is really great because you can just place it directly on the stove, but that means you can't actually cook with your stove, and that's a little bit inconvenient. To make preserves, you will need sugar or salt. I think salt for the meat and sugar for the fruits. I honestly haven't played with the fish and the meats involving this pack yet. I know I should, but we don't have a lot of people actually producing meat in my town. We have a lot of produce, a lot of veggies, a lot of fruits, and so that's kind of where mine is being utilized. So you can buy sugar directly in your build and buy mode. I think it's with the appliances, the kitchen appliances. So you can also make preserved meat, jerky, which is really cool, and preserved fish. There's also a meat air drying rack. So this includes a lot of different ways. Here's smoking racks to actually start like utilizing some of these really cool things. You can also preserve animal skin, which is really, really cool. I kind of forgot that was something you could do, and I haven't used that. That's so neat. And so, of course, everything is compressorized and hood view on most of the items. You can find pretty much everything under like appliances, small appliances, or large appliances, cooking, hobbies, etc. Now, this one I use a lot. Herbs, spice, and everything nice. This is so great for your Sims who grow tea and make teas to sell. And these are also great for your apothecary Sims who can also make tea. So there are a ton of herbs, some medicinal, some not so. Like we've got chamomile, which is of course great for tea, chives, coriander, dandelion. We've got just a little bit of everything. There are also some trees like nutmeg, that you can get spices from as well, which I think is so cool. Ooh, marigolds. I don't think I've used those in ages. So you can harvest from these. Of course, you get these little baskets of herbs. And here's the one for the spices. And it comes with so many. You can use them purely decoratively, or you can use them to collect from every day. And I use them a little bit of both, to be honest. So you can plant them in the little pots as well. You just like pop them in. I think you might need move objects on, but it's so good. It's so good, guys. And what's really cool about this is that there's another pack that goes alongside it. There are also some like medieval and fantasy style herbs as well. I haven't played with those. I haven't downloaded those because, as you probably know, I don't use a lot of like magic and like fantasy stuff in my game. But they also have like dragons and griffins and some really, really cool stuff. So if you play fantasy style, you gotta go through Sun and Moon Starn Factory, guys. It's so worth it. So the spice must flow. We've got some really beautiful spice converters and dry herb converters, and you can turn them into herbs and spice jars. You can also turn them into bulk sacks. We've got some beautiful little wall spice racks, and they're so pretty. And my favorite is the little spice chest. And of course, there's also this really neat 3-tier market display that you can have the bulk herbs be sold at. So this is kind of a good overview. There's obviously a lot more here if you're familiar with this site, but it's just a little overview of what you can download and what you can do with all of these really, really cool spices. So that's going to be all for today. I hope that you have enjoyed learning about some of these really cool food and farming related objects and plants. I am obsessed with plants. They're probably one of my favorite things in the world, and I know I'm not alone in that. So while you are waiting for the Sims 4 farming pack, if you have the Sims 2, why not give this a go? It's honestly so worth it, and it's going to be more detailed than anything regarding farming that we ever get in the Sims 4. Alright, so don't forget to like and subscribe. I'll see you next time. Thanks!